New experiences are a big part of growing up. We know that. But when trying new things can be daunting for some children. So how can we encourage and support them to be more open to change? Parenting expert Karen Irwin is here this morning. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
This is such an important conversation that we have in our household on a regular basis. So what are the signs to look out for that indicate a child may feel anxious or not too comfortable in a new setting?
So one of the big signs is, they're asking lots of questions about what's coming up because this is them trying to gain more information and more control around the new experience. Some other things, though, could be stress responses, and children show their stress in different ways. Maybe they're crying more, maybe they're more clingy to their caregiver or parent and struggling from, separating from them. Maybe they're becoming a little bit more quiet and reserved, or they could also be showing some challenging behaviors as a response to how they're feeling.
What type of experiences make a child hesitant?
I wouldn't say there's one type of experience. I would define it as any experience where a child feels out of control and, unsure of what it's all about. Children crave control that helps them be successful. So if the child's, unsure of what the environment's going to be looking like or who's going to be there or, what they're going to be doing, that's going to make them feel insecure and, maybe unable to be confident in joining in and trying it out.
What if they say, like, flat out, no, I'm not doing it?
Well, I don't think that we say, okay. I think what we do is we give them small opportunities to have exposure to the experience because exposure is going to help build up that comfort level, that confidence, and also those elements of control. So exposure, and I think in the next slide is going to share how to give them that exposure.
Yeah, with this step ladder?
Yes.
Is that what you want? Okay, so let's talk about the step ladder.
So the step ladder approach is a wonderful approach for parents and caregivers to use to help build up a child's confidence. What it does is it breaks down the big goal of, participating in the activity, and it helps them, do the small steps to help build up their confidence. So if we were, for example, I know we don't want to talk about going back to school quite yet, but I think this is a really great example of how the step ladder approach can be used. Basically, we're going to break down that experience into small steps. So maybe first, we start reading books about going to school and talking about going to school at home. Then maybe the next step is we start to do the walk to school. Then the third step is we do the walk to school and go hang out in the schoolyard. Then maybe we do the walk to school, hang out in the schoolyard with a buddy that they might be going to school with. All these steps are going to build up their confidence, their level of control and understanding of the experience, helping them be more successful when that first day of school arrives.
Karen, you know what I find in my household? When one child is feeling anxious, it tends to trickle down through the other ones. How can I sort of isolate the experience of one child? Because if the other two, I've had it where, one of them is really excited, but then one is really anxious and nervous, and then all of a sudden the other one is anxious and nervous. So it kind of has this whole body effect. What can I do?
Well, I think one of the strategy that would be great is pulling that one child aside and finding that moment where you can address their concerns and talk to them, and also letting that child know this is the time that we're going to focus on these worries and these anxieties and, preview, give them experiences to understand what's going to come and how's it going to feel.
So when you say preview, walk them through exactly what to expect?
What to expect, who the coach or the teacher is going to be, how many kids might be participating, show them pictures of the place they're going to be at on Instagram. All these help them feel those elements of control, helping them be more successful when they arrive there, because it's almost like little check marks going off in their head, like, oh yeah, I saw a picture of that coach, there they are, and oh yeah, it looks like the field that I was shown, and it's going to help build up their confidence, helping them be more successful.
Karen Irwin, always good to see you. Thanks so much for coming by.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.